Hello everyone, so this is Mohammed from PYCAD. Maybe you are struggling with your project or especially Python project with, of course, if you are doing the medical imaging or you are using deep learning or machine learning algorithms and you are struggling with the software or even the hardware. And yeah, there are always alternatives. Some, like for example, there is Google Colab for this kind of problems, but Google Colab is not always the solution. For this reason, in this video, I came up with another website or alternative website that you can use for the same thing, but with other options. So maybe some of you wants to do their scripts like directly in a normal script instead of Jupyter notebooks or something like that. So here in this video, I will give you a quick introduction to a website called iNeuron. So this website, like, you will have a free access. You can directly sign up for account, and you can create an account for free and create multiple types of projects. And there are multiple types of programming languages available, such as Python, C++, C programming language, JavaScript, normal Java, and a lot of kinds of projects that you can create. And the same thing if you are trying to run like a TensorFlow project, PyTorch project, and all these things, you can directly initialize a project which will contain the latest TensorFlow version or PyTorch version installed in the project. And of course, if you will use something like PyDicom, Nifty, Nibabel, or something like that, which are libraries that cannot be installed on a normal environment. So of course, you can always install them for your projects. And the same thing for the dataset. If you are using a specific dataset that needs to be uploaded from your local machine, so of course you can do that. You can upload your data and run your trainings and do a lot of things. So in this video, we'll cover a quick introduction about how to create the project and how to do some kind of project. And you will see that it is very easy, very quick to start, and it will be very helpful for your project. So let's get started. So here, when you connect to, you can just go to this website, which is iNeuron, where I will keep, or I will put the link in the description, where you can just come here and sign up. If you don't have an account, then you need to sign up. It is for free. Don't worry about this. And after that, you sign up in this account, you will get, it will take you here. So here you can find that there is two options. So for example, if you are new to this website, so you don't have any labs or any project here. But for me, these are like only test labs that I created to test this software. But for you, it will be empty here. But of course, these are my labs here where you will find all your projects. But when you want to create new projects, you just need to come here to start your lab. And when you click on it, you will see that these are all the options that are available for your project. You see that there are a lot of projects, a lot of types, like from C programming language, C++, there is Python, JavaScript, Java, a lot of things here. But for us, for example, since we are focusing on Python, then we can just go to like there is Python, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Transformers, or Jupyter Notebook. These are the ones that we can use for our projects. But just for your information, all these are available. And you see here there are filters just for what you need. So for example, programming, here you will find only for example, Python and only the programming languages. Here, web development, you can find some things for web developments. Data science, here you can find like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Python, Transformers, the same thing here and here. But for us, like, you can just keep it here because there are not like hundreds of projects. So you don't need any filters. You can just come here and choose which one you want for your project. So let me just jump to my labs so that I don't create a lot of projects, since I have already 3 of them that I created. So here you see that if you click on if you create a new Jupyter Notebook project, so it will take you like the same thing as you are using Jupyter Notebook. Let me just go. When I click, this is one of the projects that I created for testings. So yeah, here you choose like this Python 3, Jupyter Notebook, and now these are your cells. So you can do anything you want, like print like hello, word, something like this, just to test. And you see that you can do anything you want, like the same thing as you use like Jupyter Notebook in either for your local machine, or if you use Google Colab or something like this, it is always the same. So I will not discuss more things about this because you have already know how to use Jupyter Notebook. And yeah, let's go to the next example. For example, here we have TensorFlow. So what does it mean? Because you see that there is Python and there is TensorFlow. What does it mean? Like, actually they are the same thing, but when you initial like a TensorFlow project, meaning that you will directly create a new project with, and it will be always hosted in VS Code. So you will use VS Code, but in your browser. You don't need to do any installation in your PC. Everything will be installed in the cloud. So when you do this, your project will be initialized directly with a TensorFlow version installed directly in the environment. So you don't need to install anything in that environment. I'm talking about TensorFlow. Like if you are gonna need like another dependencies, of course you need to install them. But for us, let's say for example you don't want to use this. Like let's say like you want just to initialize like a normal Python environment or normal Python project. So you just need to click on this, or if you don't have, for me I have it already here. But if you don't have this list here, just need to click on start your lab, and here you can directly choose Python. Okay, for me I have already one. I didn't want to create another one, but you see that it is like the same thing as VS Code, but it is hosted on web. You don't need to install anything in your PC. You don't need to use like your hardware from your PC. You don't need to use the memory from your PC. You don't need to think about anything in these things. Everything will be installed here. So I just initialized the like small lines of code just to read a DICOM file, and for example to print the patient name, for example. This is just one example since my latest videos were about medical imaging. So I just wanted to put the same task in this project. Like, but if you want to use this iNeuron for anything you want, of course. So I just wanted to take an example from medical imaging, like related to my latest videos. But of course, in the channel, we cover a lot of things. So it is about, especially for medical imaging, but we cover more things about this, especially, but always or all the time, we use Python for our videos. So here you can see like, at the beginning, if you just initialize a new project, of course it will not have PyDecom installed in this environment. So you should install it by yourself using pip install, the same thing as you do for the other things. So if you want to know how to do that, let me just initialize here. So at the beginning, for example, if you don't have any terminal, you just need to come here and terminal and new terminal. So in the terminal, you can install anything you want. So for me, like here, since I need the PyDecom, so let's just put pip install and PyDecom. For me, it will be already installed. So here, I don't know why it installed this again. Maybe it is an upgrade, but for me, it is already installed here. And you can see that this is the code. And for me, like this file, I just created a folder called data, and I uploaded one DICOM file here. Let me just show you how you can upload. So for example, I want to work with the Nifty file, which is 3D representation of DICOM. Before that, let me just print this and show you how it works. Meaning, if like, just to check if the PyDecom is really installed and working, and you see how fast it is, this software, because like it is not taking any time to upload or anything like that. It directly show you the thing, and I even you tried it for a TensorFlow example, which will come directly with the project that you will initialize with this iNeuron. So when you create here my labs, so when you create a new TensorFlow project, for example, it will come directly with a TensorFlow example with MNIST. So it will give you directly to the training. I will show you after this example. I will show you, and you will see how fast it is to install to do the training. So I was really impressed with this software, which is we can say a website. and it is very helping, I think. So if you don't have like a good GPU, or if you don't have any GPU in your PC and you are struggling with Google Colab or something like this, and you are searching how to do this kind of training, so I really recommend to do this. So this video is not sponsored, but I was just checking in the web and I found this website and I found that it is a very good source. I think this website, they use like most of the revenues are in the courses, so there are multiple courses that you can check here. But for me, I am just talking about, because the courses are paid, but for me, I'm just talking about the free things, which are here in my in this website, which is Neurolab. That's iNeurons. Then here you will find, because this here, the website is iNeuron.ai, which contains only the courses. But when you go to the labs, like Neurolab, like you can check it here, or I will leave the link in the description, where you can go here and do everything you want and for free. So let's go back to our project, which is this one. So here, let me just, as you see, I have already printed this. Now, as I told you, I want to, for example, I want to use the Nifty file. So to do that, let me just upload a Nifty file. So to do that, for example, you can upload it directly here, but for me, I just wanted to, I created a folder using this icon here, the same thing as VS Code, and click here and then click on upload. When you click on upload, you can just go to your PC and search for the file. So for example, I have a file here, I think, yeah, this one. Let me just upload it. Yeah, and now I think, yes, this is my file here. This is the volume that I have just uploaded. I don't know how, if it is already uploaded or it is still uploading. I hope that it is done. Let's try and see if it is already uploaded or not, but I think it is still uploading, since here we have this small progress bar. But let's see. If I click on it, like, it is not showing anything that it is not uploaded. Let's start. Okay, before that, let's start working on it and see if it will be ready for reading. So if I can read it, meaning that it is there, otherwise it is not. But in the meantime, let's try something else, which is let's check if because for the Nifty file we cannot use PyDecom, but we need to use like another library such as Nibabel or simple etk or something like that. So for me, let's try to use Nibabel. So let's put here import Nibabel. And if I will run the code, you will see that it will give us an error message, meaning that this Nibabel is not installed. So let's do the same thing here and come to the terminal and pip install Nibabel. I don't know why it is not. Pip install Nibabel. Maybe this is an error from the software, which I don't understand. I don't know why it is doing like this. Let me just close it and open it again. Yeah, I didn't face this kind of problems before. I don't know why it is going on now, but okay. Let me just try to reinstall it again. Pip install Nibabel. Yeah, it is installing everything. Maybe there was a problem in this software or in the website, maybe in the server, I don't know. But yeah, now we are able to install it. So let me just run to see if it's giving yeah, there is no error. And you see the speed of running the script, but you see there is no problem. Hopefully you will not get these kind of problems, but otherwise you can just close the window and open it again. Now let's see with the Nifty file if it is uploaded successfully or not. So for example, Nifty, And yes, here new bubble dot load, and here we put the path to the file, data slash volume 6 dot and II, which is this one. So if we try loading it, we may have a problem. No such a file. Yeah, sorry, I put dot instead of slash. Sorry. Yeah, now there is no problem. We could just run it, meaning that the file is there. Let's try to, for example, print the shape of this nifty file. So nifty, but before that we need to extract the f data, which is the frame, for example. For those who are not familiar with medical imaging, maybe I can tell you that you may not focus on these things because this is only an example. So I'm just showing how to read a nifty file. But if you are not concerned, I'm just showing you an example. So it can be like anything you want. Here it is like using PyDicom or Nibabel. But you see that you can install anything you want for your projects. So maybe some dependencies or some packages are already here, but others are not. But you can just check by importing them and see if you will not have any message error. Let's see this here. Yes, so this is a nifty file that we read. These are the values or the voxel values for this file. Let me just see if I can print the shape here. Yeah, this is the shape of this nifty file, which is a 3D volume, like 512 by 512 by 518. So you see that, for example, this is like a very specific task, which is for medical imaging, which is not used for everyone. But you see that we can install the packages, we can use packages, and you see that you will always, even if I close the project, you will always have these in your labs. You will have always the projects, which we can open again here. So yes. And you see the same thing here. Everything is saved here, and you don't need to pay anything for the cloud or anything or something like that. But you just have your project here, and you can create multiple projects if you want. Even for Python, for example, we have this test Python that I created, which is for one project. But you can create more. You can clone your GitHub repositories here. You can do anything you want. The same thing as you are doing project in your system. But if you don't have the good hardware for that, you can have everything here, like TensorFlow project, PyTorch project, normal Python project, JavaScript, Java, C++, anything you want. So I hope that this video was helpful, and you will find this website helpful for your project and will gain you a lot of time and money. And see you in the next projects. Bye bye.